The world is like mask dancing. If you want to see it well, you do not stand in one place. While we do our good works, let us not forget that the real solution lies in a world in which charity will have become unnecessary. While we do our good works, nobody can teach me who I am. You can describe parts of me, but who I am, and what I need, is something I have to find out myself. Until the lions have their own historians, the history of the hunt will always glorify the hunter. To me, being an intellectual doesn't mean knowing about intellectual issues, it means taking pleasure in them. There is no story that is not true. If you don't like my story, write your own. My weapon is literature. If I hold her hand, she says, "Don't touch." If I hold her foot, she says, "Don't touch." But when I hold her waist beads, she pretends not to know. One of the truest tests of integrity is its blunt refusal to be compromised. When the moon is shining, the cripple becomes hungry for a walk. Among the Igbo, the art of conversation is regarded very highly, and proverbs are the palm oil with which words are eaten. The world has no end, and what is good among one people is an abomination with others. Nobody can teach me who I am. A child cannot pay for its mother's milk. People create stories, create people, or rather stories create people, create stories. Privilege, you see, is one of the great adversaries of the imagination. It spreads a thick layer of adipose tissue over our sensitivity. Anik the bird says that since men have learned to shoot without missing, he has learned to fly without perching. It is the storyteller who makes us what we are, who creates history. The storyteller creates the memory that the survivors must have, otherwise their surviving would have no meaning. Procrastination is a lazy man's apology. A man who pays respect to the great paves the way for his own greatness. When a man is at peace with his gods and ancestors, his harvest will be good or bad according to the strength of his arm. There is a moral obligation, I think, not to ally oneself with power against the powerless. He has put a knife on the things that held us together, and we have fallen apart. When mother cow is chewing grass, its young ones watch its mouth. Women and music should not be dated. Every generation must recognize and embrace the task it is peculiarly designed by history and by Providence to perform. People from different parts of the world can respond to the same story if it says something to them about their own history and their own experience.